Fall is here, and autumn is a good time to think or rethink about your finances because there are still some money moves you can make before the end of the year. Local financial professional John Vandergriff from Blue Ridge Wealth Planners is here to talk about 5 helpful money steps. But first, let's talk about just the season. Why is this a good season to say, hey, let me just step back and reevaluate?
Well, I would argue fall is the best time of year anyway to do anything. So,
okay. I like fall too, but I didn't really put it together with finances, yeah.
Well, it gives you enough time because there are some things, especially in our line of work, that like right now tax season is really that last quarter of the year. Yes. And so we want to make sure we get some things done by the end of the year. So starting now gives us enough runway to be able to examine things, see if there are any moves that make sense, and then have enough time to execute those things. Yeah. And this year, there are several moves that could make a lot of sense.
Well, let's go through that. You brought a list, I think, of like 5 type of things that we can do. So I just want to start with rethinking your benefits plan.
Yeah. So normally businesses have their open enrollment in the fall, and so it allows you to have the ability to potentially switch plans. And so if you're on a, or looking to take advantage of maybe a high deductible plan, be able to enroll into an HSA, health savings account. Right. Sometimes those are the best accounts because you put in tax-free, and if you use that money for health care costs, it comes out tax-free, which is the only account that offers tax-free in and out completely. Yeah. So,
and again, like I said, it comes in handy when you have an emergency to pay for. What about considering a Roth conversion?
So when we look at it, Roth conversions have to be done by the end of the year, and so there are a lot of people that have money in IRAs or 401ks that may need to take that money out, pay taxes now while taxes are low, and when you combine that with a market that's down in value, that could allow you to get more bang for your buck with that conversion. But again, what's interesting in the financial world, a lot of people don't talk about taxes, which I think is missing an opportunity, especially when you're trying to build a complete game plan for people. So trying to match it up and not just focus on investments, but really include that tax piece can be super important to save.
It's not always about what you make, it's what you get to keep, which is where taxes come into play. Rebalancing your investment plan.
So we've seen a lot of volatility this year, not just in stocks, but bonds also. And so making sure that you're always staying at the right risk level for where you're at. If you're a younger person, maybe throwing money in some areas that have lost a little bit more so that you can get a bigger increase if the markets do come back, or if you're on the doorstep of retirement, making sure that those areas that need to provide your income come from a safe place and not in something that maybe is competing to lose money with each other. So
a lot of things to think about no matter what time of year it is, but this is a good time to really take a look at that. Thank you, John, for coming in. Thank you for that advice.